Welcome back, everybody. My name's A-Prated54, aka Adam, coach in the Chesney Park Slowpokes, and today I bring you the letter grading PRs and shifts for Latias division. The 16 coaches participated. Right now, Driver is working on making a new logo, so the Latias division that's floating around is going to be Driver. But all in all, I probably will not use the S tier at all, so it'll be A through D. So we're going to hop right on into this with the first team before I run out of a voice today. We are going to look. That was weird. At Green Purple Boy. I didn't get confirmation on whether he wanted Carbink as a Terra Captain still, so ignore that. It was free, so it doesn't matter. I can switch it back later. But all in all, this team was only made possible because Notorious HIM dropped Walking Weight. So he immediately dropped his water type that he had and picked up Torkoal as well. Which is absolute insanity to have Gouging Fire, Walking Weight, Torkoal, Blossom, Venusaur on the same team, plus an Iron Valiant is just absolute chaos. Granted, Green Purple, this is his first, he's only been in 2 leagues the last 7 or 8 months since he took a break. So it's just definitely going to be interesting, and we'll see what he can do. Like, he has a rather formidable schedule ahead of him, so if he can get wins, he can get wins. I just hope he's here for the fun and here for the ride. He's got to get back into the groove of things, but for being out so long, he made a phenomenal team. Let's just say that. Like, this team is just cracked. And you've got Blossom here with Strength Step to take advantage of Chlorophyll as well. It's just ridiculous. His speed tiers. No, this team doesn't really need a whole lot of hazards, so I just really, like, it really only needs rocks to break things. But the issue is, it's one removal is Rapid Spin, but that's fine. That's not the worst. Parting Shot's bugged on here. But he does have reliable momentum. This is just here to smash you before you can get hazards up. That is this Go of the Sun. He even has Goldango here, which was originally a Terra Captain. He just could not make it work points-wise. Because if he wanted to do Goldango, he realistically could only do Blossom and the Carbink. Because he couldn't afford Meloetta and Goldango. So he made it work with these two. But all in all, incredibly good team. Speed tiers are absolutely beautiful. This 80 to 50 drop off is the only hindrance, but it's fine. He'll make it work. As long as he doesn't run into hard Trick Room, this team can just absolutely blast things back. So we are going to put you head of B right now because we do not have the influence of the other teams involved. Next, we are going to go into Ace of Hearts, aka Sparta Phalanx. Good God. Where do I begin with this? People, look at how fat this team is, but look how slow this team is, and how little it cares. Petron's supposed to be 88 speed. It's bugged for some reason. We don't know. But Petron's actually his fastest mon. It's faster than Rillaboom, which is definitely interesting. This team can run Trick Room. This team can run various modes. And it's just nasty. Nasty. That, and you've got Terra Petra in grassy terrain, Grassy Glide Rillaboom. You have damage reduction in Earthquake for Volcanion, and Belly Bolt is Terra Captain here, which can be a menace with Parabolic Charge, Toxic, Slack Off, and Coverage move. This thing Terra Grass. Okay, you're nuking you're nuking ground types now with grassy terrain, which is absolutely annoying. He's got Tailwind with Mandibuzz. He's got Trick Room with Ferrograph, it needs it. He's got Earthworm to have a ground immunity. He's got Garganackle, which is incredibly annoying. For a team that's not exactly the fastest, it's still a very, very good team. Lots of hazards, 2 reliable defoggers, and decent momentum. Again, Teleport and Parting Shot are bugged. For some reason, they work fine in Nat decks, but once you switch to SV, these two wig out. And when a mon actually gets Teleport, it doesn't appear. It's weird. I don't know why. The Deoxys line does not pop up here. Let's see if it actually fixed it. But what we're going to do with Sparta Phalanx is put him right here below the Sun team. Still a relatively annoying ass team. But next we're going to hop on into KC. This is also an incredibly annoying team, but the only thing I have, I want to see something, draft, tiers, we're looking for N, Ninetales is available. That's the only criticism I have is Ninetales is free and you have a Great Tusk and a Raging Bolt. What are you doing? You have these two together but no Sun. Alright. I feel like this Espeon easily could have been, let me see, Espeon, where are you? Espeon is 6. Does KC have any leftover points? He has 1. So, he could afford Ninetales right here and made like Cool Fish, Hisui, or Cryogonal, Terra Captain, and been fine. But all in all, that's something he can change later. Like Espeon for Ninetales and shift Terra to Cryogonal is something this team can do. And now you've got full power Ogerpon and Sun, as well as these two. He can make that change later if he wants to. But it is what it is. Now, still an incredibly strong team. It's just this team would be a lot stronger with Sun. And he's got, okay, he does have webs, he has Cryo. Crest being here is definitely interesting. I'm not exactly sure what it does for the team besides setting Sunny Day and a ground immunity, because he has 4 of them in a row at the bottom. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what he does with this team. But all in all, we're going to do for now, put KC there, no harm, no offense, but we might adjust you later depending on what the other teams are doing. And then we are going to hop on into Z-Dog. This team was 1 starter away from having all 3 of them. Skeletor's went to somebody else. He could have been absolutely annoying. He made something absolutely annoying. I don't know where to begin with this team. Besides, it's got Terra, Enam, Mienshao, it's got this annoying Quackable and everything else. Just Quack, the top 5 puts this team out of C tier by itself, even though it's fun and shenanigans. So we are just going to grab, put you right there. Granted, it's like not as strong, well, a tiny bit stronger than KC's, but in case KC had Sun, he'd be right here. But without Sun, he's here. But we are going to hop on into the next one. We have Sergio Rules. Terra P2 and Terra Hydrapple with this core is just ridiculous. Granted, it is actually exploitable. I can tell you why. You have 121 speed, 115 speed, and then drop to 80. The speed tiers scream hard trick room mode, hard stall mode, which can be abused. If they have a good ground type, you buckle. Neutral, weak, weak, neutral, weak, neutral, neutral. Good ground type will shred this team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Granted, Sergio has made worse and made it to playoffs. I have seen him do it. I have seen him make it to semifinals with a team that had nothing over 100 speed. Anything is possible. But even though this regen core and Iron Hands is here, Sergio will end up there. I want to double check KC's team real quick. No, you're. If I were to do them now, they'd be like that. I'm going to give KC B tier, but at the bottom, because there are a few teams that ended up being actually worse. But we are going to hop on into this monstrosity. Terra T-Tar and Terra Sandy Shots plus Excadrill? What is this team? You got Sticky Webs Araquanid, you've got Punk Rock Toxicity, you got Iron Bundle, you got Sticky Webs Lavania as well, and you got Sheer Force Braviary and Toxapex here to be incredibly annoying. Well, first things first, let's look at the hazard. You've got 4 Rockers, Spikes, 2 T-Spikers, 2 Webbers, Defog and Rapid Spin, and all of this momentum. This is Bug, this is Bug. You got Flip Turn, you got Baton Pass here. All in all, this team can do a lot. This is a shock factor, but I'm also curious on what this team can do. The speed here is a 136, 101. That huge gap right here is exploitable, but you do have webs to manipulate that. And you have a lot of several strong options. Honestly, I look forward to seeing what Flair can do with this team. It's been a minute since I've seen them play, but we are going to put them... Let me compare them to Sergio. Yeah, this team would shred Sergio's, and it's not... Yeah, actually. Excadrill can flatten all 3 of these pretty easily on its own. So we're just going to do that, and we're going to hop back in. We are going to, what is it? Absolute Flare, and then Grundy's Bane. Wait. 6. Okay, it was right. It felt like it was loading something in between. Alright, so Grundy decided to do something incredibly interesting this season. I normally see him get explosive offense, so seeing him dial it back a notch and just do bulk is definitely interesting. I want to see this team cook, because this is Terra, Water, Chi-Yu, and Rain, which is definitely interesting. Pachirisu here and Spidups here is just amusing to me. And you've got Scale Shot, Crocodile, and Galar Weezing, and Corviknight, and you've got Slowking here. This is just bulky offense and shenanigans, and I absolutely love it. Is it the strongest team? No. Is it the funnest team? Yes. But I have to be like realistic here. Your bulk is really slow and one is annoying, but your overall offense is somewhat lacking. So Burundi, I'm sorry, even with GU, you're the first victim for this. The problem is the team is too passive. Sure, you have Stealth Rock spikes, T spikes, all of this, the two defoggers, but you got no spinner and all this momentum, but your speed is what is going to inevitably hold you back. Granted, you can still make playoffs with this team. Like, this, to me, this does not matter. What matters is how the team performs, and anybody is capable of doing anything. Next, we've got Driver. Terror Cutie Fly absolutely amuses me. We've got Iron Treads, we've got round 2 Greninja, and then he got round 3 Zapdos and Iron Moth, and then got the following. Like, he's got things that get manual Rain Dance and a Barraskewda. Zapdos can be like, oh, I'm about to die, Rain Dance. In comes Skewda, hey, you're dead, goodbye. See you next time. That is clutch. And you have manual rain for the Battle Bond Greninja as well. Yes, Seneca that can just sit there and be annoying. You got Terra High Dragon that can eliminate all of its weaknesses by going electric or just electric on its own. Or poison and make them run a psychic type move to deal with you. It's absolutely very good. The speed tiers on this are perfect, except this team folds to Trick Room because of the lowest is 70. A good Trick Room mon is just going to absolutely abuse this team, but they also have to get the said Trick Room off. It is definitely an interesting. We are going to put you here, and we're going to have on it. I decided to move you down here, and we are going to hop on into Zinta. Zinta drafted for fun, if you can't tell. He's got Paraffin Skeleton. He ruined the dream of all three Paldea starters being on the same team. Round 2. Meow went, Skeletons immediately went, and the dream died. But this is definitely interesting. Mamoswine and Raikou Terra. Raikou and Terra can be hit or miss, or it could just be the scum of the earth, because it's just somehow just so bulky. Terra Grass just sits there, Terra Water just sits there, it's just dumb. Mamoswine after a Trailblaze can just punch a hole. He's even got Indeedee male here. Actually, I believe he gets both forms, because we combine them together in this format. So he has male and female. It only shows the male stats on here, but he's also got the Hitmonlee and Psychic Terrain aspect. He's got Palafin that's somewhat nerfed by the Psychic Terrain, but if it's Scarf Palafin, it's not going to care. Superior Scarf Leaf Storm can't get answered by priority. Low Kicks is kind of crippled in the Psychic Terrain. So depending on what version of the team he brings every week, he could bring Terrain, he could bring all offense with priority, with Scaligers sitting there. This team is absolutely annoying. But we are going to, actually no, let me look at something. They do have minimal hazards and one form of removal, that is the hindrance, and limited momentum. But the speed tiers are decent, everything's relatively bulky, and everything is offensive. This team is also susceptible to Trick Room. But all in all, it's still fun. It's still got a Palafin. And we are going to hop on into Sorrow. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet, sweet, oh, Sorrow. Sorrow last season drafted Snow. and an incredibly slow team, and had Barraskewda and somewhat rain mode. This just sits here. He could have had a Terra Annihilate, but he decided to do Terra Crown instead. But look at the free spikes in Samurai Hisui, the Dragonite. You got Aura Veil for the rest of the team. You got free T-spikes in Glamara, plus every hazard you want to besides webs. He's got Mycelium Mite Spore that overrides even Dongo, and Rapid Spin there to get rid of hazards. Mortal Spin to get rid of hazards with Glamora. But a well-played Beartic in 8 turns of snow with Veil up is just ridiculous. And you've got Rotom. This double electric right here doesn't even matter either because Rotom's immune to ground. This is weak to it. But, oh yeah, that's another thing. His overall ground weakness is neutral. So it balances out with Rotom, Dragonite, and the Toedscruel, but he also has Mons weak to it. But all in all, still a very, very good team. The speed tier is 130, 109, 110, 90, 90, 90. Susceptible to Trick Room as well, because Slush Runs could activate, putting it faster than everything. But Sorrow is still a threat. Not as good as the Sand team, but no, we're gonna put you there. Gonna put you here, you here, you here, you here. Because this team's just cracked, these are all cracked. You here. Now that we have other stuff to look at. Next, we are going to hop onto Dinkix once it finally loads. Dinkix has to deal with Ace of Hearts out the gate. Alright, let's take a crack at this. First things first. How the fuck did you get last round Blood Moon? I want to know. Like, I know people didn't have the points for it, but how? How did you manage this? Not only that, you have Terra Lando T. You have Scrafty Terra behind webs. You've got Delphox behind webs. You've got Lycanroc Dusk behind webs. You got Lando T behind webs. You have an Empoleon that just balls for your entire team. You got Decidueye, you got Adaptability, Dragalge, and Rotom Wash. I see the vision. I see the vision. And then you got to deal with this fucker at the end. But look at his hazards, look at the webs, look at the good removal options, and the momentum. Oh, Dinkix. Like, look at these speed tiers. Look at him. Like, he's not susceptible to Trick Room at all. He actually encourages Trick Room. His pockets. The only flaw is right here in the middle. The 86 to 70 and Ace drop. That's it. But for a team that could potentially run Trick Room, I think Delphox gets it. You even have Tailwind mode on 2 Mons. You've got Rabombi with Tailwind, Decidueye with Tailwind. You can control the speed tempo, have Blood Moon come out in Tailwind. It's just nasty. The speed tiers are perfect to abuse. The fact webs are up. Blood Moonus or Luna can outpace 100s after webs if it's max speed. All in all, Dinkix did a very, very good job. But we are going to put him here, I believe, based off of what was there. And now we will do Biggest of Daves. Biggest of Daves. What is this? Hold on, I need to check something. I know you needed a fire type. I know you did. But this team did not need it. You can run electric terrain, Regieleki, and have Sneasler pop up. But let me see what Magmar is right now. We're here. Magmar is 2 tiers. 2 points. Is he down here? No. Thraki is 3 points. Do you have the points? You do not have the points. Alright, if you could have gotten Thraki on this team, it would have definitely been interesting, but not what the team knew. So this is going to be interesting to see what this team does. We're right here. Phenomenal hazards. The removal is 2 spinners, so he is acceptable to being blocked by ghosts. That's another hindrance. Having defog would have been nice, but not necessary. But speed tier wise, this is just... yeah, you can't sleep on a team with Ting-Lu and Terra Diancie. This is still incredibly strong, even though it's missing a grass type. Sneasler can also run Fake Out. Burden can run CC White and be fine. But the answers to Sneasler are already on this team, which is incredibly good. Zoroark can actually just absolutely wall it unless it's throat chop. But having Zoroark Hisui disguised as any of these is just nasty. Say a grass type is in on Ting-Lu, and it thinks it's a Ting-Lu, or you think, hey, fighting type, I'm going to smack Ting-Lu. It's actually Zoroark Hisui. Now it's clicking Shadow Ball or Bit of Mouse into you and doing a massive surprise hit. This is going to be huge for this whole team. All in all, very well rounded team. Love the hazards, love the momentum, love the speed tiers, not to set the trick room. If you can tell, I'm rushing a little bit because my throat's getting dry. We're going to put you here. And then we are going to hop on into Lionel. We got 4 left. Lionel decided to do late round Hisui Braviary, and which is incredibly hilarious. With Terra, he changed his Terra off of Keldeo to Infernape, which allowed him to Terra Dashman, which is incredibly good for this because now you can just be annoying. Terra Keldeo didn't really suit this team as much as Terra Infernape does. But either way, it could have been good. Like, he could have done Braviary and Keldeo, I believe, 18 and 12, but he wanted to have the dog too. I don't blame him. But look where this team excels. We have triple rocker spikes, T-spikes. You got defog. Granted, he's not really something that's going to want to defog every week because it's your explosive piece. You do got rapid spin and Serena, which can be your primary removal. But you got quad U-turn, you got baton pass. As long as he doesn't like baton pass the turn after getting hit by a fire type move, he should be fine with well-baked body. But if it happens simultaneous, say they click flamethrower into steel and he clicks baton pass, like if it outspeeds him, hits him with flamethrower, well-baked body activates, then baton pass, it's not going to be a rule violation and it can pass the +1 defense to anything. That's fine. But say he gets hit with a fire type move, he goes for Wish that same turn, and then he tries to baton pass the following turn, then it's a rule violation because you're intentionally passing a stat. Unintentional is when your opponent does it for you. So flamethrower into his baton pass, same turn, is simultaneous. You have no control over the turn. But all in all, 108, 108, 95, 95, 87, 72, 65, 65, 65, 50, and 30. These two are bugged, but the momentum on here is incredibly good. It's incredibly offensive. Slow King Chili reception into Back's Caliber, allowing it set up is insane. He does later on have the option, since he has 11 Mons. He could shift Terra to the Goliath score. Let me see. Tears. Where are you? Goliath score is 20. He would have to shift it to a weaker Mon to have Terra Goliath score. But all in all, that is not 100% needed. Still a very, very good team. We are going to put you... see something. Alright, we're gonna hop back into this. I'm content with it's getting too clustered to B tier, so I'm just making shifts as I go. These don't matter. Nobody's realistically D's the bad tier, but these are still good teams. A lot of you drafted for fun, but we're going to hop on into Cali, dude. Roaring Moon, Cleavor. Oh, this is going to be an interesting... You know, I don't see the actual vision in this team. Like, I get it's Roaring Moon, Cleavor with Free Marina, and you've got the Sheer Force Lando. But Terra Clef is definitely interesting. Terra Articuno can be shenanigans and fun. This is one of those ones that it's incredibly hard for me to tier regardless of what I say about it. The issue is the speed drop here of 101 to 85 exploitable. I don't believe he has a single Trick Room setter to make these pop off, but he does have slow momentum pivots to take advantage of the team. 5 rockers, 2 spikers, T-spikes, defog. He's got all this U-turn, all this momentum. This is bugged. Oh no, this one is definitely an interesting team, but I don't think it's as good, but it's still good. Like, I still want to double check Grundy's real quick. I still don't think Grundy's is the worst. I want to make sure I got these correct. And I'm sorry, Grundy, but you might actually be down there. We got Zeltic next. If it'll load, he's Zell in game. This is the monstrosity team. This is going to be incredibly hard to deal with. This is Regen, Garchomp, Darkrai, with Terra, Water Ogerpon, and Terra Hitmontop. What else is there for me to say besides this team is going to be incredibly hard to break? It's incredibly fast. The only issue is it's susceptible to Trick Room. It has minimal hazards, but it does have all of this momentum, double rapid spin, and it's got double wish passers, it's got double roosters, and it's got regen. This team will just sit there and control the entire tempo of the game. Celtic did a phenomenal job. The only huge speed gap is the 90 to 70, but look at the rest of this team speed-wise. And tell me what you're going to do to it besides Trick Room. And you got to be able to get the hit off. You got Scale Shot Garchomp behind Aloe and everything else. Aloe, Fez, Cyclizar, and Moltres can wear the team down, and then Garchomp just comes in, or Ogerpon just comes in and slams Ivy Cudgel. It's just ridiculous. What we're going to do is we're going to put them immediately right there. We are going to hop on into our last coach, the notorious H.I.M. This team is definitely incredibly interesting. Latias is here, Terra Metagross, round 4 Cinderace, Terra Poltergeist to just now have Fairy Stab to blow back the darks that would resist it, Steel types, Terra Fire, blow it back, run Terra Fighting to just run through teams. You have Prankster Tailwind and Tornadus. You've got Rotom for ground immunity. You've got Parting Shot Grimmsnarl. Yeah, Parting Shot's bugged. Grimmsnarl should be right here. These should not be. And then you've got Double Rapid Spin. And you've got all this momentum. You can't run Baton Pass if you want to run Shell Smash because you can't pass the stats. But you can run Baton Pass if it just wants to pivot out. But all in all, this team is definitely very interesting. I want to see what he does with this. It looks like a whole lot of fun. Seeing him without a form of weather or just Baxcalibur in general is going to be interesting. He has a lot of stuff I have not seen him use. So him is definitely going to enjoy it. We're going to put him right here. And that includes where everybody falls. Unfortunately, Grundy, I know you drafted for fun, buddy. Like, you could have easily been here. Like, all of these are even. You could have been here. A lot of these could have shifted up here. But all in all, I had to be biased. These don't really mean anything. But, end of the day, all of the teams are strong. I look forward to seeing what you guys do. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy. And feel free to put them in any order you want to based off of how you do them. Have a good day. Bye.